Okay. Hi everyone. A very good morning to all of you, and we have a very good news with us today. We have Mahajan, who recently cracked an interview from one of the organization, and he have become as a DevOps engineer, and he has some of the 2 years of experience in his career, and he will be us, and he will be sharing all the information how he's able to crack it, what was his preparation strategy, and how this whole tech stack, whenever he was doing it, how these all tech stacks are actually helping him to crack this particular what we call the particular tech stacks in his area. So let's try and let's go to this thing. We will heard from the Mahajan itself how his experience. So yes, over to you, Mahajan, and please help us with your introduction part. And going forward, we will asking you the questions and all. Yeah.
Okay. Myself, Mahajan, I am basically from Tamil Nadu in Madurai.
Okay.
For searching job opportunity, I came to Bangalore. I
Mhm.
was worked as a production engineer in one of the organization in Bangalore itself for past 2.5 years, 2.7 years.
Mhm.
Then I have taken courses in DevOps, and it was gone up to 6 months.
Okay.
And I have learned more things like operating system like Linux, and
Mhm.
in cloud platform I learned AWS, and
Mhm.
in DevOps I have learned more tools like Kubernetes, Docker, Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, Ansible, Terraform, Chef, like this. All those things I have learned.
Mhm.
But when we go through the interview side, means
Mhm.
majorly for experienced candidate, they ask about real-time questions.
Okay.
So at the beginning, I can't able to crack and I can't able to answer the uh, real-time interview questions. But I
Okay.
have taken all the interview. I note down all the questions, and I have researched the answer for those.
Mhm.
After doing 10 to 15 interviews,
Mhm.
I came to know that most of the questions are repetitive only. So
Mhm.
first of all, I have able to answer around 30 to 40% only.
Okay.
After that, it was increased. My percentage of answer was increased, and I
Mhm.
was in the beginning I was very nervous, and my
Mhm.
communication was very bad.
Mhm.
By continuous living these interviews, my nervous has been gone, and
Mhm.
that confidence has been a little bit increased, and I able to correct. Finally, I was able to crack
Mhm.
companies.
Okay, I think yeah, that
Mm.
can be really add-on for this one. So let's break it in more. So for an example, if now let's, as you mentioned, right, and there is 2 years or 3 years of experience or 5 years or 7 years of experience people come. Let's say now they want to start the strategy for their interview preparation. Okay, so what the tech stacks first they have to start on? They start on Linux, they start on AWS, they start on Docker, Kubernetes. So how they will start making the strategy? If you can help over there.
First, we need to start from beginning. Like we need to first start from core. Like we need to give our best in Linux
Hmm.
by knowing all the commands and how the operating system is working. All the
Hmm.
strategies we need to know. After that, learning any cloud platform it will be benefit for us.
Okay.
Like majorly AWS is currently in high, so I learned AWS.
Okay.
After that, I have moved to DevOps
Hmm.
tools.
Okay.
By learning this Linux and AWS, the learning DevOps is very easy for me because most of the concepts are
Hmm.
comes in the
Hmm.
Linux commands only. So how the commands are working, and
Hmm.
how the production side, Kubernetes and Docker, all are belongs to commands only.
Okay.
So we can easily to learn. So
Hmm.
Linux is the first thing we need to learn DevOps.
Okay, got it. So you are suggesting that okay, we should be having a better understanding on the Linux front than towards the
Yeah.
cloud. Okay. One more
Correct.
thing over the same line, because there are many technical people who will be watching this interview. So, like, we mostly get across something like that. Okay, CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins. So, what kind of questions you have got it during the Jenkins front from each of the companies, or how exactly they are asking on that area?
Yeah, whenever the interview goes on, first they're asking about day-to-day activities.
Hmm.
And second question will be mostly like what is the CAD, CI/CD pipeline goes in your organization, like that they're asking.
Okay.
And in this part, first I was literally confused and I will be collapsing like
Mm-hmm.
which tool will first come and which tool will in between come, like that I was collapsed.
Okay.
After researching and doing some projects,
Mm-hmm.
it was clear to me and I able to answer. So. And they asked me to write some pipeline also
Okay.
in the
Groovy
notepad.
script, right? Hmm.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So pipeline will be related to your scenarios they are giving it, or how exactly the pipeline they are asking?
No, if we want to, if they ask to write the pipeline means first they are asking to write a basic pipeline.
Okay.
After that, they are asking some questions and like, for example, how you will be save the secrets,
Hmm.
how you will be save the another system to your Jenkins server,
Okay.
how the plugin you will new version of plugin, how you will be install like that. They will ask
Uh,
majorly.
hmm. Fine. Means they are going scenario by scenarios on the server, like, okay,
Correct.
how this configuration happen. Perfectly fine. Now, I think like when you have given 15 interviews, right, it means you definitely
Mm.
find some chronology similarly in the interview. So, which areas the companies are mostly focused? Like it is Docker, it is Jenkins, it is Kubernetes. From the DevOps tools perspective, which particular skill they are actually picking it over there? What you have observed?
Yeah, majorly they are asking about in the deployment side where Kubernetes or EKS platform they are asking more questions.
Mm-hmm.
And more majorly in scenario based only they are asking. For example, if the pod get failed, what you will be do? What are the
Mm-hmm.
steps you will be taken to rectify those issues? Like that only they will ask. Majorly in the Kubernetes side only.
Okay, majorly they will be on the Kubernetes side. Okay, so
Correct.
let's say if they are going towards the scenario-based question, okay, with
Mm.
respect to the Kubernetes. So what kind of scenarios they are asking? Like they are asking for the production-related scenarios. They are asking on the technical scenarios. So what kind of questions over there at the scenarios questions when they are asking?
They asked majorly in production side and both
Mm.
production and pre-production questions they are asked.
Mm-hmm.
For example, they ask like what are the main challenges you have been seen in the production side
Mm-hmm.
and like tell about the image pullback issues, tell
Mm-hmm.
about crash loop
Okay.
issues,
Mm.
how will you write the manifest file for deployment and
Okay.
how will you roll back or roll out the rods.
Okay.
Majorly, these questions they have asked, sir. And
Okay.
how will you check the CPU and resources of your
Mm.
pod, and what is the namespace and what is the use of namespace?
Okay. Means
These
purely
questions.
means whenever whatever the issues we see in the production, that is the question they generally ask it. Okay.
Correct.
Now definitely there is one more topic which many people have the confusion and question about the scripting part.
Mhm.
When many companies call and ask you, okay, do you have a good knowledge or on scripting, on shell scripting or not? So have you seen such
Correct.
kind of questions where they have asked or in an interview that okay, write some script, something like that they have asked over there?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They asked me to write some scripts, but I told like I was a beginner in
Hmm.
scripting, and
Okay.
currently I'm learning Python also.
Hmm.
In one company, I think Oracle, they
Hmm.
asked me to. I told like I was a beginner, and currently started learning Python. They asked
Hmm.
me to write a for loop
Hmm.
uh, code for Python, and I have done, but they told like we need a candidate who has experience in scripting in both shell script and Python.
Okay.
But majorly, first question they are asking like, you have any programming language experience like that?
Okay, so like they are checking on the exposure level how
Correct.
exactly you're programming. Okay. Fine.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
because this is I have seen the trend of from the company point of view. They like generally ask that okay, what scripting language you have worked on it. Okay, fine. So you mentioned one more tech stack related to the Ansible. So while preparing, how much weightage you have seen from the Ansible point of view? Does actually companies are asking for Ansible, or it is just a kind of a tool we should be knowing it? Have you like seen a repetitive questions in many companies, or in selected only companies you have seen?
No, in Ansible, I didn't get more interview questions. They're
Hmm.
just asking for like
Hmm.
what is the configuration tool you are using and
Hmm.
what is the work structure of the Ansible tool.
Okay.
Majorly, this like this question only. They are not asking me to write any playbooks
Hmm. They are
and
not
all.
getting into
Just
very
there.
detail. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. And after Ansible, there is one more tool which is very popular. That is your Git and GitHub. So definitely,
Right.
when someone is getting into the DevOps, this is the most important tool which you have to understand it. So, what sort of questions you have get towards the Git related area, and like how scenario based they have asked, what all things were there, so you can help.
Yeah. Yeah. In Git and GitHub, majorly they asked me about branching
Mm.
strategies, what
Okay.
are PR requests,
Mm.
and how you will integrate the GitHub
Mm.
link with the Jenkins pipeline.
Mm.
And what is the workflow and majorly and Git comments also they ask like how will you rectify merge conflict issues,
Mm.
pull versus rebase,
Okay.
uh, and like this more Git comments and when you talk about GitHub means
Mm.
they asked about PR request and branching strategy. What is the use of future branch?
Hmm.
Like this only they asked.
Okay. So pull
And
request
what are the
merge.
staging environments you have? What are the
Hmm.
environments you have in your organizations?
Correct. Correct.
And
Correct.
like
Correct.
this.
So it means like they are also covering very detailed into the Git and GitHub also, right? Pretty much fine.
Correct.
Fine. I think Git is also we covered. Then we have a tech stack Docker because many companies
Uh,
definitely focus on the Docker side and we did not touch upon that side. So how was your exposure toward Docker when companies start asking you? Did they start asking you to write the files? So what
uh,
are the areas over there?
yeah, whenever they're asking question about Kubernetes means next
Hmm.
question they are going to Docker part only.
Okay.
Like, have you created any Docker container by your own by writing
Hmm.
Docker file and comments, Docker comments they ask like
Hmm.
uh, how to create the container and how
Hmm.
will be port mapping, like what is
Hmm.
the hyphen P, those
Hmm.
questions, and
Hmm.
Docker volume, what is the use of Docker volume,
Okay.
and in Docker file, what is the use of entry point versus CMD?
Okay.
And in the Docker, there was some components, right? In Docker, add,
Hmm.
expose,
Hmm.
all these questions they have asked in Docker.
Okay. So it's like
And where
line.
you will save the
Hmm.
Docker images, like Docker Hub registry or
Hmm. So it's like
all
line
these
by line
stuff.
they are going in each of the topics, whatever they have mentioning, and it is like it is getting into the detail. Means each text stack, what we understand, it is going to pick up, right? Fine. Any apart from this, any separate like out of the box, have you ever like face into the interview like which is completely unknown and you were not able to understand okay what the interviewer actually is trying to ask the question. So some scenarios has happened in that DevOps interview.
No, sir. I was struggled when they are asking more challenging real-time questions only.
Okay. Hmm.
But majorly they asked about Kubernetes, Docker, and in cloud platform they asked majorly on VPC service.
Okay, yeah. I think we did not touch upon this one. So when they ask about VPC, are they asking about how to deploy it, how to configure it, or what exactly they are asking over there?
Yeah, we have done the project in the VPC, right, in our
Yeah.
class. So
Mm,
I just told that total
mm,
architecture of the project and
mm,
what are all the things we have created, like auto scaling load balancer and
mm,
Bastion server, private server, all
mhm,
architecture I told. So
mm.
just they have quite impressed.
Okay, fine. Glad Mahajan, I think your experience is actually great because you have given 10, 15 interviews, which is really a big number. So just really want to know from your end itself, how was my journey with you with you itself, and how you have enjoyed this journey from last 2, 3 months. What all things you have learned from me, and if you can just add on that value so students can correlate and they can able to push more the hard work, and
Yes.
what best thing you just want to tell it over there.
Yeah, when I was after the completion of our course,
Mm,
when I was selected for first interview,
mm,
I called you. You told take
mm.
me in on mock interview, and
Okay.
you have given me more feedback.
Uh, uh,
I just after that I have learned from that
mm.
feedback, and till I have given 25 interviews.
Glad 25
After
interviews.
yeah,
It's huge.
after 15 only I have got some idea how the interviews will be goes like that.
Mm,
But whenever I am giving in interviews, I will call you, and you have guided me
mm.
till the end, and
Okay.
it was very appreciating.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mahajan. Please do share with your the interview questions what you have captured. Okay, so I'll
Yeah, sure.
capture it over into the with the people who is actually looking for it, so that can be helpful for the team. Okay, so this is definitely a nice talk to you, and thank you so much everyone who is joining with us and helping this video for you guys to get the best output with his experience what he have got it. Okay, and we should be keep learning and upgrading ourselves from the daily basis. Okay, so we will just wind up this thing over here, and we will meet in the next classes and all. Okay, thank you so much, Mahajan, for your time.
Thank you, sir.